Baseball-sized hailstones fell across Nebraska on September 16, 2025. The storm struck entire counties, leaving vehicles destroyed, fields devastated, and power outages in multiple communities. In just minutes, it became one of the most intense weather events of the season in the state. The impact began in Dundy County, where stones over an inch in diameter were reported slamming into rooftops, vehicles, and farmland. The noise forced daily activities to stop. Windows rattled, and the pounding sounds multiplied without warning. In the town of Parks, the hail came down continuously with unusual force. Drivers tried to cover their vehicles while rooftops started showing damage. Within minutes, parking lots were covered with leaves, branches, and shards of glass. But the worst was still ahead. In McCook, the storm reached peak intensity. It lasted for more than an hour, with stones the size of golf balls and, in some cases, baseballs. The strikes left dents across car bodies, shattered windshields, and homes with damaged roofs. The magnitude was surprising, even the state used to hailstorms. Some residents threw blankets over their cars. Others waited under makeshift shelters until the storm finally eased. When the hail stopped, streets and parking lots looked as if they had been hammered. Branches and smaller structures lay scattered. Daily life was disrupted in a matter of minutes. In rural areas of western Nebraska, hail piled up in layers that looked like snow. Corn and soybean fields were shredded in an instant. Farmers saw weeks of preparation lost under ice. However, the situation grew even worse for agriculture. Livestock ran for cover in barns and corrals that shook with the pounding from above. The loss of foliage on crops immediately reduced harvest prospects. The storm affected not only production, but also logistics. Roads blocked by fallen branches slowed transportation. In several places, vehicles were left stranded in public streets. Soon after, official damage reports began to arrive. Emergency crews moved to clear blocked access routes in McCook and Parks. Police and firefighters worked to remove downed trees that obstructed traffic. Utility companies labored through the night to restore power. Several lines were knocked down by wind and hail, leaving families without electricity for hours. The numbers kept climbing as time passed. Auto repair shops began filling with dented vehicles. Glass shops reported lines of cars with destroyed windshields. By sunrise the following day, the scale of destruction was clear. Fields were heavily damaged, homes needed roof repairs, and local businesses prepared to absorb losses. Farmers inspected acres of land, looking for surviving crops. Many found cut stems and broken stalks. The growing season appeared compromised. Meanwhile, insurance companies faced a flood of claims. The material losses were extensive. Vehicles, homes, and crops all appeared on the list of damages. But the worst was still ahead for the regional economy. Agricultural losses struck directly at families, depending on farm income. The impact was twofold, on households and on the supply chain. Official records confirmed that despite the scale, no serious injuries were reported. Still, financial pressure mounted as cleanup advanced. Small town streets remained blocked by fallen trees well into the morning. Neighbors organized to remove debris and reopen access roads. At stores, gas stations, and diners, conversations focused entirely on the storm. Phones circulated images of hailstones compared against coins and sports balls. Yet the outlook grew even worse in rural zones. Crop losses left producers with no immediate path to recovery. As hours passed, urban areas began to return to normal. In smaller towns, repairing homes and vehicles became the top priority. Both insurers and farmers agreed on the key takeaway. Preparation is essential. In Nebraska, hailstorms are recurring, and each season carries risk. September 16th was marked as another day when the weather turned in minutes. From clear skies to a historic hailstorm that left scars on roofs, farmland, and vehicles across the state.